I have a few updates for you guys. I know it's been a little bit since I've done a recording, and it's not been the longest break that I've taken, but as you can see, I'm no longer holding my microphone because I'll get to it in a second. So I was going to originally title this video My New Beast, or like My New Computer or something like that, because I did end up getting a computer, and she's right here. She's a big girl, very big girl, but I'll talk about that in a second. But I just wanted to make this video as sort of a general update to what's going on with my channel right now. So over the past week, a ton of stuff has happened, primarily with social media and Twitch, and one main face is being defamed right now. Dr. Disrespect, or Manbeam, or whoever you may know him as, used to be the biggest face of Twitch, recently got caught, like messaging minors. Like we've been through this whole trope before, like super famous, my hair's jiggling in a weird way, super famous person couldn't contain themselves around a minor. Couldn't be me, couldn't be anyone with a right head on their shoulders, I would think. But again, we've seen this before, and I honestly wish the best for him and his family, and I wish the best for those affected. Not much to say there because I don't know much about the situation. What I do know is that I remember watching Twitch when he was banned, and it was just very hasty, and not much at the time was explained to us. So again, always take whatever is happening with a grain of salt, because this has happened over 3 or 4 years ago, like the original ban, and stuff just now is coming to light. So again, take everything you see with a grain of salt, because misinformation loves to spread online, and I'm not defending anyone or anything. I'm just saying. And also, there's a ton of drama with the Elden Ring DLC about it being too hard, or in some cases, like performance issues. I haven't played the DLC yet because, again, I just got this new computer, so I'm not going to be making a video about that. And then, the whole new BMW M5 weighing more than like the X6M, which is its top of the line performance SUV. There's just a ton of stuff that I have decided against making videos about because, again, I have a new PC, and also I still need to tinker with a few settings on my recording software so that you guys can get the best experience and I can come to enjoy recording again without having to, every time I press the recording button, fix something that goes wrong. Because if you don't notice already, something looks different. It might look a little higher quality, but everything is still a little bit blurry to me. So I'm going to try and fix that later today, but I just wanted to record a video to just update you guys. And now to the main attraction, the cream of the crop, the main course of this video. My computer. Back in 2015, 2016, back in the Christmas of that year, my parents did the unthinkable. They bought me a gaming computer. That was the best gift, one of the best gifts I've ever received in my entire life, and I can say that computer is more reliable than a 2002 Honda Civic or Toyota Corolla or whatever, like the most reliable car is. Like that one car you can put like 250,000 miles on without having any issues. That was the computer that my parents bought me. And believe it or not, you might like throw up a little bit when I say this, but excuse me, it wasn't Alienware. It was an Alienware Aurora R7 with a 2070 GPU, an i7 8700K CPU, and it was water cooled, and I had no issues with it. Well, except for the past few months, which is what ultimately sent me over the edge until purchasing a new computer, which again, I'll get into later. All right, stop bothering me about that. But the Alienware Aurora R7 took a beating. I remember putting it through just like the launch week of Cyberpunk 2077. That was absolutely awful. Battlefield 2042, I put it through some rough stuff. I put it through some absolute wild benchmarks that my puny little 2070 couldn't handle. I put it through Call of Duty. I put it through all of these ridiculously overpowered games that my underpowered, at this point in time, 6-year-old computer couldn't handle at all. And what do you know? It held its own. I mean, it held its own at low to medium graphic settings at less than 60 frames, but I was still able to play all the games I wanted to play. I mean, I wasn't able to enjoy them, but it is what it is. And I used to record on that computer, and so naturally, because all of the hardware and software was not really out of date, but it was underpowered for what I needed it to be, my recording software was a lot less. It wasn't optimized. It wasn't reaching its full potential of both quality and performance in regard to my computer temperatures. Because I remember my Alienware computer, its CPU temperatures were skyrocketing, and I think I really needed to replace the thermal paste. But I didn't get around to do that. But maybe one day, because I'm not getting rid of the computer yet. And that's why the recording looks a little bit different here, or at least I think it does. I don't know if you guys will see a difference, but to me, it looks a lot higher quality, but again, it's still a little bit blurry, and I'm looking at my face right now. Everything looks fine. It's just, again, a little bit blurry. So there's still a few settings I need to mess around with, but I made the move from Windows 10 on my old computer to Windows 11 Pro on this new computer. Really cool. I still prefer Windows 10 just because of the simplicity, and it's because I've been using that for years, but you know, upgrades, people, upgrades. So yeah, the move had to be done. And now let's go over the specs for my new computer. The big girl, the big beast, who's sitting right off camera to the right on my desk. And I'll put up a video of this new computer as I read off the spec list for this. So we have, for the CPU, an AMD Ryzen 7 7700X. For the cooler, we have a Deepcool AK620 Zero Dark, and then for the motherboard, an Asus Gaming B650 Plus, and then we have 32 gigs of RAM, because of course we do, 2 terabytes of storage. We have an Asus Dual OC GeForce RTX 4070 Super. That is the motherload. That is massive. I remember taking this GPU out of the box, and my dad saw it. He's like, I've never seen a GPU that big. Hang on, that can be all right. Never mind. But the 4070, when I took it out of the box, the 4070 Super, sorry, you have to say Super. When I took the 4070 Super out of the box, it was massive and it was beautiful. I'm using an NZXT H5 Flow ATX mid-tower case and a Seasonic GX 750. So really, really good computer, and I got it for a really, really good price. And let me tell you my excitement when I was able to run Battlefield 2042 at medium to high, or no, high to highest settings at 144 to 240 frames. I cannot express how long I've been like dreaming about this. And I know it sounds cringe, but give me a minute. When I got my Alienware all the way back when I was like 14, like 13 or 14, I remember playing Roblox on it because that's all I used to play, Roblox and Minecraft. Like every 13 or 14-year-old had that phase when they only played Roblox or Minecraft, right? So I remember playing Roblox and I was like, man, this is awesome. I'm able to do like 60 frames, like highest graphic settings, you know, I'm able to play murder mystery and like, you know, like Assassin and all these really cool games. And that was cool until I started growing up a little bit. I started getting into games like Call of Duty. Well, I was always into games like Call of Duty because I had an Xbox, but on my computer, I started to get into games like Call of Duty and Battlefield, and Rocket League was a massive one. I have like over 1,000 hours in Rocket League, and then Destiny, and I'm still able to run Destiny on medium to high settings at 120 frames on my old computer, but this computer now is just overkill for Destiny. But regardless, at the time, I was extremely content with my computer. I played every single game that I had, and the graphics were fine. You know, that it ran fine. If I could do 120 frames because I have a double monitor setup, and you guys, I'm sure, will be given an image throughout this video of my old setup versus my new setup. But I have monitor here, monitor there, primary, secondary, and the secondary one is the one I take to college with me in my dorm. And I'm, on a side note, I'm really hoping I can fit this in my car because I don't know because of how big it is, but anyways, both monitors here are 240 frames. This is the first time that I've owned these monitors that I can actually use 240 frames worth, because my old Alienware, just using 240 frames in the desktop area, just moving around icons would make the fan like spin really loud and make the buzzing noise that all of my Discord friends are extremely familiar with. And I cannot express the amount of happiness I felt when I turned on this computer for the first time, pause, and I played Battlefield, and I didn't hear that annoying wind noise that when the fan like goes into overcharge. I didn't hear it. It was quiet as a mouse. Oh my gosh, I felt such an inexplicably large amount of bliss from that, because I have waited for years for something like this, and it made me so happy. And again, I know it's cringe, I know it's just a material item, but I have been a video game player for over 3/4 of my life. I started playing video games when I was like 5 or 6. So video games have always been a massive part of my childhood. And I know also that sounds kind of sad, but this is a massive deal for me. And I know also this computer isn't like flashy. It's not like, you know, oh, RGB, like, oh, he has an animated logo on the CPU cooler. Oh, that's insane. Oh, he has so many lights. I'm getting there, okay? I might do that. I might not. I don't know how brain rot I want to get with this setup, but again, the computer's built. It made me happy. Objective done. And if I will be showing you guys the pictures of my before and after setup, and I know someone in the comments or someone in my viewer list is going to be like, wow, that cable management sucks, man. That cable management. I'm getting there, okay? Everything is plugged in as it is right now because I needed to test if everything worked. I'm getting to the cable management, as in I will be fixing everything, probably unplugging a ton of stuff and then just rerouting stuff to make it look better. And also I will, also, as I said, be getting to the video quality settings more later today. So everything will be returning back to normal very soon. So zip it. But for now, trust me when I say more videos, bigger and better videos are coming along the way. Again, pause, but more stuff is coming. More and more philosophical videos also are they're arriving. I want to steer my content in the next few uploads to a more philosophical side, because I ran a poll like months ago when I asked people like, hey, what kind of content do you want to see? And a lot of people said philosophical. A lot of people said they want advice, like life advice. And so I want to incorporate more of those videos into my channel, because I realized I am becoming a daily slop, like media, like trending YouTube channel, like Morse Critical, Pyrocynical, all these things. And trust me, I love those YouTubers, but again, it's just slop. And while I do want to incorporate some of the trending, like, oh, this just happened, like, blank situation got crazy, blank situation is insane, I want to incorporate a lot of my channel into that kind of content, because I enjoy reviewing that kind of stuff and I enjoy doing research and all these things. I want to cater this channel to me, and I want to cater and basically build my audience from the ground up according to our specific niche. And I feel like once I successfully hit that niche, like hit the nail on the head, hit the head on the nail, whatever you say, however you say that, I will be an amazing YouTuber. I will be an amazing YouTuber, not only for myself, but for my audience, which is the most important part. And with that said, more stuff is coming. Stay safe.